Howdy everybody, welcome to Devlog 2. This is technically the third one I've recorded. I'm confusing myself. This is the third one I've recorded, but the second one is going to be posted because the first one was fucked up, but you all know that. Anyway, alright, what have we accomplished? It's Devlog 1.5. Well, we accomplished everything that we set out to do, plus a little bit extra, which I was quite happy with. Alright, so you've probably noticed a few things that are extremely apparent right now. We've got little pop-up boxes! Ah! So here we have our inventory. I've just created a bunch of random crap. I just whipped them up in the Game Maker built-in sprite painter. It's basically, it's glorified paint, basically, with a few extra tools. It's paint, but it does the job, you know. Alright, so we've got our buttons, and you can click on them and it picks up an item. If we go and put down a couple of tables, like so, and then we press that again, as you can see it disappears when we're in build mode. I haven't put the build inventory screen in yet, because I've only got tables, so it seemed a bit pointless to do that if I haven't got anything to actually put in the menu. But that will change reasonably soon. Anyway, so we've got the tables. You notice a little bit of a highlight appear on them now when you mouse over the interactable area, which is basically the surface of each one. You can click on this and go boom, boom, da-da. Now the difference that I went with compared to the last version of this game was I was using the mouse as a middleman. Now what that means is that you had the inventory, you'd click on something and it would give the item to the mouse, as in it would physically remove it from the inventory, and then you'd place it down, and you could paste a number depending on how many you picked up. You could hold, I think you could hold shift or control. You could pick up 5 at a time. But this time I've decided to cut that out. All it does is simply tell the mouse what you've clicked on, and it draws the sprite for it. And then you click on it and it pulls it straight from the inventory. Now, as you can see, I've put down 6 of these banana thingies. We had 6 of them. Now the grey one, this will probably get worked on a bit later, but the grey one is your current inventory, and the green one is how many you currently have on shelves. I needed to think of a way to represent that. Last time I just put a number in what's the word? Brackets. This time I thought I'd go for a more visual approach. So I thought a plus the number on the shelves would be pretty representative of what that meant. At least that was what I was hoping. As you can see, you can pick up items. I should probably make this so that you have to actually to take them off, you have to pick them up, and if you right click, it clears whatever your mouse is holding. But of course, as soon as you pick them up, it returns them to the inventory. See, pick that up, going back to 1 and 1 on the shelf. And yeah, and you can scroll through all the stuff. There's a bunch of random crap that I've put in there. And yeah, like you can see here, we've got no Fabatons. And if you paste all of something down, it grays it out. So to let you know you can't pick up any more. You need to return it. Like I said, I will probably change it so that if you right click on a table, it clears it. Or have a little inventory box pop up, or a little menu box pop up asking what you want to actually do with it, because we will have more complicated items like shelves that hold multiple items, or like a bin that just holds X number of items that you put in it. Anyway, so that's that pretty much done. I've also done the similar menu for the painting. Oh, I was so happy then when I got this working. So I've made a bunch of random paints. You click on one and you can basically paint just like you could in the last one, except now you don't have choices of 2. Excuse me. Oh, I'm doing this early in the morning, so I'm a bit sleepy still. So yeah, so you got a bunch of floor tiles, so you can paint all sorts. I've just made a bunch of random ones. bunch of trash, but you know what? They do the job, and I'm quite happy with it. So yeah, so you just select which one you want, and you click and paint, and off you go. Look at it, it's beautiful. I'm so happy with that. Seriously, getting this to work was really, really hard, but I figured it out. And the fact that I got a scrolling menu, that was something I didn't accomplish with my last version of this. The scrolling menu, I'm super proud of. Basically, in the code, I've created an array with each of these, and then I've told it to pick 2 per line, and then if you scroll down, it simply increments what line it starts from. And of course, I had to put a cap on it to say, well, how many lines do we need, or how many textures do we have? We've got 10. Alright, well then we have 5 lines. It's like, well, alright, I'm on line 5, scroll down to line 6. We don't have a line 6, so stay on line 5. Otherwise, you try and reference an index that's outside the array, and the game goes wow. I've also done it for walls. So we've got separate ones. You can go hot pink. Look at that shit. Hot pink walls. Round modern. Ye old walls. That's so shit. They're so ugly. You know what? They do the job, and I am super happy that this is all working. So with this one, as you can see, I've only got 4 buttons because they're twice as big. So it's the same concept, except now we only have 2 lines per screen rather than the 4. But that actually took the sum of my time creating this inventory, and then it was pretty much a copy paste for the inventory system, but then we had to add items and whatnot. Now, that was what we said we would accomplish in the last devlog, but this is the extra stuff I managed to get. You might have noticed that I've got our money indicator up here. That was actually pain in the ass to code, because try to set money as a value, it's just one big ass raw number, and that's really ugly and hard to read. So in order to put the commas, that's hard. Actually, let me show you what I actually had to do that. Create 9 values. Then it gets the value of our money and it clamps it. We're not allowed to go over, what is that, 99 million? No, that's 999 million. Not allowed to go over that, because in Game Maker, an integer is limited by, it's a 32-bit integer, which means it can't exceed, I think it's around 2.4 billion, or else it causes an overflow. Like, that's the highest value that a number can have, that a single value can have. Anyway, so basically we set the money, we set our value. Value is what we're actually reading, drawing on the screen. I had to create 9 variables, all set to -1. So we start at the beginning. Set 1 equals, oh that's right, this complicated thing. Alright, so this is the first number, so this is our dollars. So if we've got $8, so it multiplies money by 0.1. It basically, and that puts the, if I have, let's say I have $3,241. Multiplying it by 0.1 will put a decimal point here. Then the frac command removes everything after the decimal point. So now we have 1, or we have 0.1. Then we have to multiply it by 10 to basically move the decimal point. And then we floor it to get rid of the decimal point. Floor returns it as a solid integer instead of a number with a decimal point. I forget what those are called. So yeah, and that gives us our dollar value. And then we have to do that for each number after that, increasing each value by a power of 10, and same increasing the multiplier by a power of 10, so that we remove each set of number, putting it past the decimal point, then moving it back up 1, and then flooring it. And then we create the value, and it just adds that number. It adds set 1, then it adds set 2, then set 3, then it adds a comma. If these actually got set, like each one has to be set by being above a certain threshold. We keep on going until we get to the end, and then we actually render the bloody thing. The other thing I also have done that excuse me, that I have also done is I have coded tables to be aware of their surroundings. So these tables turn red when they realize, oh, hold on, no one can get to us because we're surrounded by other tables. It's like these tables go, no, we're trapped, we can't get out, no one can get to us. This works to a point, but then I realize, what if we have a table here and then we surround it with tables like that? Can't get to it, but the table can't figure that out. So I'm going to change this to work on pathfinding, which is actually going into what I want to work on in the next week, is pathfinding. So we're going to get our little, as you can see, we can't tell our little NPC dude to move anywhere. I had to get rid of that as part of the inventory system. So yeah, our little dude, he won't move anywhere anymore. He's going to become automatic, self-sustaining. He is going to find empty tiles and move to them periodically. I'll probably do it fast, like he'll get to a tile, wait 2 seconds or 5 seconds, then he'll find another one to move to. With the same logic, I'm going to have tables check the tiles around them. So if I just put a table down there. So I could have this table scan this one and go, okay, draw a path from here to the door. If we fail, check this one. If we fail, check this one. If we fail this one, throw an error saying we're trapped. I'm not sure what the error will be. I'm thinking just like a little exclamation mark appearing over it saying, warning, warning, I am trapped. But as long as one of these returns true, as long as these returns, yes, we have a path from here to here, then the table will go, okay, we're all good, as long as we've got one tile next to us that is clear and has a 3 path to the door. So that's my goals for this one. So we're gonna work on NPC pathfinding, work on table intelligence so that they can figure out when they are and aren't blocked. If I get the time, I will start working on a logic system that will actually, so a customer will want one of these items, find a table that has it on it, and go to it, pick it up, pay for it, leave. That's what I'm going to try and accomplish this week. But that bit's extra. The main thing I want to do is pathfinding, depending on how much time I get. I had lots of time this last week, and a lot of motivation to do it, so we'll see how we go. But anyway, let me know what you think. If you've got any ideas or anything, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next devlog next week. Alright, catch you later.